Hey everyone, we're back from the break. We had just started talking about kind of what it feels to be in a Taylor era. And another question I had was just kind of how do you think that Taylor's constant change in genre and vibe between each one of her albums has added to her success? Because I would say that every single one of her albums brings a new thing to the table, a new idea, a new period in her life. And you can kind of feel as if you're growing up with her through her different eras. So how do you think that's added to her success and your enjoyment of her music?
Yes, so I think that her music journey really parallels like her fans growing up with her too. So I think that really helps because no one listens to the same music their whole I've listened to Taylor my whole life.
Yeah, right.
But I mean like it's just different, and also with each album, like, 1989 was super pop and pop culture, and then Folklore was super like indie, so I think she adds a new audience with every album. So
yeah, I agree. And I also think like her, like how she went from country and like Speak Now, and then she jumped from Speak Now to like 1989, and then from 1989 she jumped to Reputation, all completely different genres and types of music. Right. And like just everything about the albums is so different, but it's so like works together.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's very cohesive.
Yeah,
I think that's a huge part of her success too with the Eras tour, just because this is bringing so many people that were I don't know how people could say this, but I guess people could say I didn't really like this era or this time, and now everyone, that's why the demand was so crazy, just because it's like now all these parents and like kind of between 30s, like 20s and 30s, who grew up with her like in her country and Speak Now read that time, they're all coming together to be like, definitely. Now I'm so excited. And they've also like listened into all her new music just so that they could experience that in the same time. So let's jump to Midnights, just because I feel like we need to dive in. So I first want to start off with the fact that Meredith and Isla were actually together when they first listened to Midnights the first night. And I think, just to start off, Midnights was the most streamed album ever with 184.6 million streams in just 24 hours. And if you think about it, there were millions of people all listening to her album at the exact same time, experiencing each lyric, beat, meeting, everything all at once, which is kind of insane because you would be texting people about it and be like, oh my God, snow on the beach, like what the heck? And it was everyone experiencing it at the same time. So what was that like for you guys? And was there a particular song that really like hit you hard and you weren't expecting?
Okay, so basically, I'm going to pull up the album right now.
We'll do this before 3 a.m. version. Just
okay.
So
I have a specific memory. Me and Isla were like, the album like just came out. We were listening to Lavender Haze, and I remember Isla like wasn't that into it at first, and I was like loving it. I was like totally jamming to Lavender Haze, and like wait, hold on, I'm pulling up the album, but I was so into it, and Isla just wasn't. But then we get to Maroon, and we were both like, oh my goodness, like the complete like shift from Lavender Haze like pop to like Maroon's like chill. Like I don't know, it was just crazy.
Also super, it was very intense. Like it was a very intense shift.
It was very, and just her lyricism in Maroon, and then when you listen to like, I don't know, I just think it all worked really well together, and our emotions were very
up and down. It was
totally
crazy because as a Taylor Swift fan, you never actually know what to expect because she's super cryptic and she's super unexpected. She releases things randomly without you even knowing. So I was like, I wasn't expecting something like Lavender Haze. So at first I was like, oh, this is interesting. But then we got to Maroon and I was like, oh my goodness. And then Antihero, and it was just like a roller coaster.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's another part of just the anticipation of Midnights that was so insane for this year. Just because the idea of the 13 sleepless nights, and then she released one part of it on TikTok like every day.
Right.
And it was just these crazy, her use of social media I think is unlike any other artist I've ever seen. The amount of like Easter eggs and little things that she has in each one of her posts and everything that she does with each album really makes like the excitement that much more, I think, intense and entertaining for her fan bases.
Definitely. Yeah, it adds like all her social media stuff adds to the anticipation, and it's not like you are really thinking about it for months before you hear it.
Exactly.
So it makes it much more of an event rather than just like, oh, someone released a new song. It's like, and the anticipation of it is super big.
Exactly. So I think we're going to jump into a few specific songs on the album and then the 3 a.m. version, and we'll be back from the break.